Welcome to ACE. ACE stands for Alpha Competency Enrichment. The topic of today's ACE is very interesting, and it's very important for all the students of Garden City University to pay attention and plan as much as possible so that they can lead a successful and happy career. This particular picture talks about a gentleman who is really interested in photography. You all require no explanation for the actor. Mr. Rajinikanth is an actor. Miss Alia Bhatt, the actress, leading actress of India. Mr. Sundaram Pichai from Google. A.R. Rahman, known for music across the globe. Doctors, engineers, Ratan Tata, the famous entrepreneur of India. Prabhudev, he is a best choreographer, dancer, film director, and as well as an actor. When you look at all these people, they have created their profession based from their hobby or based on their passion or based on their education. Almost all the people, if you look at, they would have chosen either a hobby as a career, or they should have followed their passion, or they should have done well in an education. Are you able to guess the topic which I'm talking about? Yes, I'm talking about career mapping. Career mapping is very essential in every student's life in order to chalk out the roadmap and take strategies to reach the destination properly. What is required is talent. You could be talented in sports, you could be talented in music, you could be talented in dancing, you could be talented in photography, or you could be talented in your own profession, I mean the academic program. If you have one talent and if you are able to work on to that talent, if you are able to develop a strategy to improve that talent to the next level and become the best in that particular talent, you are going to lead a successful life. Yes, we are talking about career mapping. Please pay attention for the rest of the video. You will be able to know how the career mapping needs to be done, what are the various factors needs to be considered. I like to give my example. When I started my undergraduation in the year 2003, I had a clear career mapping. There was only two career mapping I have done. One is I want to secure university gold medal, and then I need to get selected in the campus recruitment. I was working towards it throughout my academic program. I was successful in getting university 5th rank, and I got selected in the final year campus recruitment. Imagine if I would have not planned my career when I started my undergraduation, I'm sure today I may not be sitting in front of you taking a session on career mapping. So it is very essential, irrespective of the semester you're in. Nothing is too late. You can start planning your career. You can start mapping your career so that you'll be in a position to know what exactly you need to know. You know how you need to spend your time. You know what to develop. You know like how to achieve it. So let's get into the module on career mapping. What's in it for you? You will understand the concept of career mapping. You know the importance of career mapping. You'll be able to plan your career, learning objectives, to provide an orientation on the importance and procedure to do a career mapping. Why career mapping is required? The following example which I'm going to discuss is completely derived based on my own experience. Please pay attention and understand why career mapping is required for everyone's life. Number one, career mapping helps you to develop goals. When I talk about goals, it's not going to be just one goal, it could be multiple goals. So you will be able to develop the end destination, what you are supposed to achieve. You will be able to develop the strategies which are required to achieve the goal. When you develop the goal, you will know what are the long-term goals, what are the short-term goals. So you will focus on the short-term goals that will lead to succeeding the long-term goals. So the number one reason why career mapping is required is it helps you to develop the goals. The goals could be a short-term goals, it could be a long-term goals. Reason number two, career mapping acts as a roadmap. For example, you started your graduation or post-graduation at Garden City University. I've given you Garden City University logo. From here, where are you going to reach to your next destination? Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5, phase 6. You can consider every phase as like your semester. What are you going to achieve? Most of the students have a perception in their mind. Yes, I've joined Garden City University, have enrolled for a particular academic program. I'm going to complete this degree and then I will search for a job. If you are someone who is thinking like this, it means that you're required to change immediately. You need to have plans beyond getting a degree. Nowadays, degree is not sufficient for you to get into the job market, especially during COVID-19. The number of job openings has been really reduced. So it's very important for you to develop special skills, special knowledge, and extraordinary attitude, so the employers can able to create an opportunity for you in their organization and then hire you. If you are someone who is just going to go out and say that I completed a degree in Garden City University, give me a job, I'm sure the doors is going to be closed. So instead of doing like that, I would request all the students who are watching this video, try to plan your career right from the time you have joined for an academic program, right from semester 1 to semester 6 or semester 1 to semester 8. If you are able to plan and if you have clear goals, the long term and the short term goals, you will be in a position to take efforts to achieve the goals. So this acts as a roadmap for you how to move from one destination to other destination, what skills needs to be developed in one destination, what knowledge needs to be developed in one destination, so that you will be able to reach the final destination smoothly and you will be able to create the pleasant memories without going through any kind of struggles or frustration. Career mapping helps you to know what to focus. For example, if you're someone who is not having any clue at all, what are you going to do during the course? After the course, definitely you will not be knowing what to focus on. So you will be tend to lost in an ocean and you won't be knowing like how to reach your shore. But when you have a clear career mapping, it helps you to have a goal, as I told you before, the short-term goal and the long-term goals, and you will have your roadmap and you will know exactly what to focus on, whether you need to focus on developing your communication skills, or whether you need to focus on developing your technical skills, or whether you need to focus on industry knowledge, or whether you need to focus on contemporary trends which is prevailing in the market. So you will know exactly what to focus on. The other reason would be career mapping helps you to know the resources required. The resources required, it could be from the textbook, or Garden City University have a unique program called as Personal Academic Advisor. You will know what kind of mentoring support you may require from your personal academic advisor to identify someone who can able to guide you, who can able to mentor you, who can able to help you. It also helps you to know what type of internship is required for you in order to gain industrial exposure. Other thing is communication skill. What communication skill needs to be developed in you? What technical skills are required and what type of personality is required? Whether you are someone who is going to be rational, and how is your character, how is your sensing abilities, how is your behavior, how is your temperament, everything matters a lot. You know exactly what are the various resources are required and where those resources are available. How are you going to access those resources in order to develop yourself so that you will able to achieve the set goal. It could be a long-term or a short-term goals. Career mapping helps you to have more choice of career. When you are able to do a career mapping, you will have multiple options in your hands. For example, when I completed my graduation, I wanted to enter hotel industry final year campus recruitment. Yes, I entered as the hotel operational trainee. Post that, I developed more career option for myself, probably to become as an F&B manager or a general manager, training manager, HR manager, pursue my higher education, complete my doctorate, get into academics. So I had plenty of choices in my hand and I was focusing on all the choices. So it has enabled me to have multiple choices, because it's after all, it's your life and it's your choice. Every choice which you are going to make is going to determine whether you are going to be successful or unsuccessful, whether you are going to be happy or unhappy. So career mapping helps you to have more choice of career. Career mapping helps you to take efforts to achieve the set goals. As how the gentleman is climbing up the rock, it helps you to take constant efforts to achieve the goals. When you are clueless, when you do not have a goal at all, most of the times you tend to be confused. Most of the times you may be wondering, you have started this academic program, you really do not know how are you going to complete, you really do not know what are you going to do after completing the course. But when you have a set goal, when you have a roadmap, when you have strategies in place, you will able to take consistent efforts at all the times so that you are going to achieve your goals easily. Career mapping helps you to stay focused. Irrespective of whatever may be the distraction may be from social media, or could be playing a PUBG, or it could be distraction from a family member, or could be distraction from classmates, or it could be distraction from friends, or it could be from any of the peer sources. You will be in a position to stay focused because you know what you want to do exactly. So career mapping helps you to stay focused. Career mapping helps you to develop strategy. See, once you develop your goal, it's not that easy for you to achieve just like that. You need to have a strategy in place. That strategy will have a lot of alternatives. How are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? Whose support is required? What should be the expected growth you need to have? Everything is going to be a part of the strategy. So career mapping helps you to develop the strategy in order to achieve your goals. Career mapping helps to land in a rewarding career. It is because you know exactly what is required. For example, you want to crack final year campus recruitment and get a salary of 40,000 rupees. You will know which are the companies who are offering this particular career role, what is the selection process of the company, what knowledge they expect from you, what skills they expect from you, what type of resume they would expect. Accordingly, you will be able to develop yourself. When you have everything what is required for the employer, you will be able to land in a dream job. You will be able to get the pay package what you expect. You will be able to get the designation what you expect. You will be able to get the work terms what you expect. So career mapping helps you to land in a rewarding career. So it's up to you how are you going to plan it. Hope you have understood the concept of career mapping, why the career mapping is required. Now, I'm going to explain you when to do the career mapping. Most of the students would think that, okay, I've just joined in the academic program, I'm just in first semester, I'm just in second semester, I'm just in sixth semester. Most of the time, students keep on thinking till they complete the graduation, and then they land up in a trouble. So what I would suggest to all the aspiring students to have a successful career, your career mapping has to start right now. If you have already mapped your career, if you know what is your goals, you know the strategies which are required, it's well and good. Congratulations to you, you can pursue it. But if you are someone who is not having any clue at all, what are you going to do after completing the course? What are you going to do in 5 years? What are you going to do in 10 years? It is the right time. It is a right now moment you need to start planning your career. Let us discuss on how to do career mapping. The steps which I'm going to discuss now, it's completely based on my own experience. I'm not copied from any of the literature. So why I'm saying this, it is going to be really realistic. What I have followed for as a career mapping for my life, I'm going to share with you people. I would request you all to do the steps what has been described in the career mapping steps, so that you will be able to plan your career effectively and reach the desired outcome. So the step one is, what are you passionate about? First thing is, you need to ask yourself what I'm passionate about. If you look at here, there are a lot of passion which I have mentioned. For example, Zen set people prefer music, sports, food, gaming, video games, fitness, art, photography, fashion, books, reading, movies and games. So you must be passionate about something. I'm sure there is no human being in this world can say that I'm not passionate about something. So the first step to do the career mapping is, you need to ask yourself this question: what are you passionate about? So what I request all the students who are watching this video, please take a paper and a pen and write down what are you really passionate about. When I talk about passion, it makes you happy. When I talk about passion, it makes you to take extra effort to achieve what is required. So that is called as a passion. Step two is, know what you are good at it. I may be good in technology, I may be good in sports, I may be good in music, I may be good in dancing, or I may be good in my core profession. So you have to know what are you really good at it. So it helps you to work on your capabilities. It helps you to work on your various strengths. Step three is, know what makes you happy. See, first we have seen what really passionate us. Number two, we have seen what we are really good at it. And step three, what we are going to ask is know what makes you happy. It is very important for us to stay happy in whatever we are doing it. For example, if you're not happy, you're just doing it for the sake of doing it. You're just doing it just because like someone else told you, or parents told you, friends told you, even your teachers told you. But if you're not happy about it, I'm sure at any point of that time, you're going to give up, you're going to quit, and it's not going to be a rewarding option. So it's very important for you to know what makes you happy. Step number three, please write down what makes you happy. Step number four, understand family expectations. It's very important. Yes, we are passionate about something. We know what we are good at it, and we really know what we need to do it. So here you need to understand the family expectations. It's because it's not just about what makes us happy. It's not about what we are really good at it. It's not just about our passion. We also have to understand our family expectations. I'm sure most of the students who are pursuing your course, your family may expect you to help them the moment you complete your graduation by going to a full-time job in terms of finance, or your family may expect you to land in a decent job, or your family may expect you to pursue higher education. So it's very important, as parents who have struggled a lot right from the time you are born, they have made you to come up to this level. You also have to consider your family expectations beyond your passion, beyond what you are really good at it, beyond what makes you happy. So step number four is understand the family expectation. Step number five is very, very important. You have to know what are the various career choices are available. I'm sure you take any of the courses offered at Garden City University, you can find multiple career options. Most of the students tends to be very, very specific. I studied microbiology, so I will work only in a life science company. If you are going to think like that, definitely the options are going to be very limited. You have to think about interdisciplinary career options which are available, which helps you to have option number one, option number two, option number three, and option number four. So you have to do an analysis, you have to do a survey, you need to talk to the people to understand what are the various career choices are available, so that you will be able to develop various options which you have, which will help you to do the career mapping. Step number six, it's very, very important. You have to know the trend, what was there in the past, what is in the present, what is there in the future. You have to know how the job market is actually changing. What you are thinking to be effective, what you are thinking it's going to be a trend, after 5 years, after 10 years, it may be getting outdated. So it's very important as a student who is going to do a career mapping, you have to know what are the various trends which was there in the past, what is there the trends which are there at the moment, and what trends are going to be there in the future. It helps you to gain insights on how your career mapping needs to be done. So step number six is understand the trends in the job market. Step number seven is you have to do the analysis and comparison. You have to check what is your passion, what makes you happy, what are you good at it, what is your family expectation, what are the various career choices available, and what is the trends in the market. So this analysis is very, very essential for you in order to come out with a set of career options which could be practically feasible, practically possible for you to work on. So you need to analyze, you need to compare the ways of the pros and the cons of various options you have it in your hand. Step number 8 is you always have to evaluate and select. Look at this particular tree. In one tree, you have several fruits. So you have to be very, very realistic when you are evaluating and selecting after doing the analysis. You need to have more options in your career so that at any point of the time, if you want to have a shift from one career role to the other career role, it's going to be much easier. For example, if you are a student who is studying a microbiology course, your career options could be, I will work in a leading hospital as a microbiologist, I'll discover a new probiotic bacteria, I'll be pursuing my post-graduation, I will launch my startup, I'll work as a freelance consultant microbiologist, I'll act in a movie. So these are some of the career options which I have reported here abstractly. It depends from one individual to other individual, but whenever you are doing an evaluation, whenever you are doing a selection, do not go for one. The reason why I'm saying this is when you go for one, when one do not turn out to be positive, when one is not going to be of your favor, it's going to be very difficult for you to handle that time. So it's always good to have more than one career option, so that you can able to move from one career to another career. You will have a lot of choice, you will have a lot of freedom in terms of selecting your career option. Step number 9 is set short-term goals as well as long-term goals. It's very, very important. Yes, you have finalized what are the various career options you are going to work on. The goals are ready, but you need to know how are you going to achieve it. You need to develop short-term and long-term goals. This needs to be developed based on your principle called as SMART goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. When I talk about specific, what do you want to do? When I talk about measurable, how will you know when you have reached it? When I talk about achievable, is it in your power to accomplish it? Realistic, can you realistically achieve it? Timely, when exactly do you want to accomplish it? So for every goal, for example, you want to work in a leading hospital as a microbiologist, you should know what is the job description of the microbiologist. You have to know what are the various skills are required. You have to know what are the various knowledges are required. You have to know what is the attitude required for a microbiologist. You should know what are the various selection process followed for selecting microbiologists for hospitals. So accordingly, you need to know what you are really good at it. You have to know where you need to work on. Accordingly, you will develop your long-term and short-term goals, which helps you to achieve your goals easily. Step number 10 is very, very important. Yes, now you know the short-term and long-term goals based on SMART goals principles. You have to plan, you have to monitor and evolve it. It's very, very important. Simply developing the goals, simply developing the strategy is not sufficient. You need to monitor and evolve it. You need to take corrective actions. When you are able to take corrective actions, you are able to stay focused on the career which you need to focus on. So unlock your potential. Do not fall into failure. Reach success. It is because you have to take action now. It is because you cannot expect miracles to happen. I'm sure it's completely your life. You are the architect and you have to design it. Do not expect someone else to do it for you. As a faculty member, I can tell you what is meant by career mapping, how to develop a career mapping, and I may not be able to do a career mapping for you. So it's very important. You have to take action now. Do not expect miracles to happen. Why? This is your life. You have to design your life. You are the creator of your own destiny. If you're not creating a design for your life, and imagine how your destiny is going to be. So please understand the importance of career mapping, what I've told you, and develop your career mapping. You can always feel free to reach out. Look, this is what is my career mapping. Can you review it? I'll be happy to do it for you. It is because every career, every student, every success matters for us as a faculty members. I wish you all the best. Kindly go through the materials given in the MSFA. Watch the video carefully right from the beginning till the end. Think carefully before selecting the options in the MCQs. Total 10 questions. Each question would carry you 2.5 marks. A minimum of 20 marks is required to clear this A session. The assessment can be taken only once. The assessment is time bound. Hence, I request you all to complete the assessment soon after the instruction session. Happy learning. Have a great day and stay safe. This is Dr. Sudhakar signing off. Until I see you in the next days, take care. Bye-bye.